usanza lo, uyangilinga lo. Okay, and I got an opportunity to be featured on one of the late legend Mapaputi on his album called Last Man Standing. Okay, there what I did, I wrote a lot of songs, but I was featured on 2 songs. The name of the song, it was Manga Manga Business. That's where I got my landmark. So I got a lot of features. You know, I worked with Mshoza Poza. I was writing songs for her. I worked with Lebu Matosa, and then I got nominated to represent South Africa in Denmark. And then I killed it, and then I shot a DVD in Denmark. I had a record deal, but now the music could not sell because of what? The music evolves. I did an album, a full album, but by that time, music industry in terms of kwaito genre, it was sinking because now there was Durban kwaito and our kwaito, the Soweto kwaito, Johannesburg kwaito. My name is Sandile Wabamtetwa. A lot of people know me as SANZA MAKHAFULA. I'm a musician, I'm a scriptwriter, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a foundation of which is breadwinner. Like I do a lot of stuff, you know. So today we are here at Zola Wanema Potini, where a lot of artists were born, especially kwaito artists. You know, Bumandoza, your Briggs, your Mzambia, your Mapaputi, your Brown Dash, your SANZA MAKHAFULA, your SP Bless, your Drenko, your Dumelo, GP Gangster, the list is endless. Even Bomshoza, Bozola 7. So there's a lot of artists that were born around here as Zola 1. And Zola 2, Zola 3, you understand? Zola, young as per se. I was attending school at Tulane Combined School. So I think I started loving music through dancing because I was a dancer before becoming a musician. So I was attending school at Tulane Combined School, and then there was a friend of mine of which is working for a big radio station now, of which is Josie FM. His name is Pele Pele, one of the top comedian while South Africa. Then from primary, and then when I got to high school, I attended my high school journey at Jabulani Technical School, whereby I got to be introduced in sports. So I tried venturing in gymnastics. So I was doing gymnastics, and I was one of the best in Transvaal. Back then it was Transvaal, it wasn't Gauteng. So I represented Transvaal. I won a lot of medals, gold medals, silver medals, bronze certificates. I remember my first international trip. Yeah, because my first international trip, I went to Denmark, whereby I had to teach kids a different kind of moves in terms of dance. I was doing break dancing, but before I got into break dancing, I was doing gymnastics. So my coach was Vusinyati. It wasn't easy because a lot of people were looking at gymnastics as white sports, you understand. But we were there, we were pushing and pushing. You know the challenges from the family when the family is expecting money from what we were doing. But we've been giving tracksuits, sneakers, your bags and your backpacks and stuff like that. But there was no money, there was no direction whereby our families could take it serious, you understand? Because we used to compete at Wembley, whereby white kids, they could get a lot of support from their families, you understand? But us, you were gonna just go there and just compete, and then you come back with the medals, and they were gonna say, okay, wow, okay, you've done great and stuff like that. And then I got introduced to Chiscop, a group name called Chiscop, whereby there was SB, there was General GTZ, there was Lollipop, and then there was Mduduzi Shabalala, all known as Mandoza. May all their souls rest in peace. The four of them unfortunately left us in this world. We started practicing. Actually, they taught us how to dance, to do break dancing. There was a guy named, his name was Nataraja. We call him Guru. So he gave us some lessons, but what I did, I bought some tapes, some free tapes, whereby I could get some more experience in terms of breakdancing. So I started practicing and practicing and practicing. Fortunately, I was one of the best. They gave me a name. They used to call me Breakfast because, hey, I was doing some major moves. I was doing some major fast moves. Fast forward, and then breakdancing. The first group that released an album, it was Chiscope. But before that, there were Mduma Silela, Godfather. We call him Godfather. He released his first project whereby there was a single that was a hit. The name of the song was called Tiki Tiki Yo. It blew up, like it had a high rotation. It took us, so it's actually South Africa by storm. So I started to get inspiration from him. But my background was hip hop because I was listening to your KRS-One, your Criss Cross, your Bahamadia, your Kid Murray, you name them, the list is endless. I started writing their songs, trying to imitate what their songs and stuff like that. So we kept on pushing. I was in too deep with breakdance thingy. And then we started practicing. We got a place at Zola Clubhouse. It was me and the guys from Chiscope. Chiscope was teaching us how to do breakdancing. So for me, I took it serious because there was a lot of us who were attending the classes. So we formed a group because I was attending at Metropolis. Before that, it was named a League Club. So there was a lot of artists, like your hip hop artists, your Snaz, the Detector. There was your Amos, your Selvin. There was this guy. He was called Bad Boy T. And then there was Lee, there was Sanza. So they had a movement of which they named it Harambe. Harambe simply means let's pull together. So we formed a group, actually a dancing team. It was me, a Versatile, and Sea Life, your DJ Switch. I think you're familiar with the names. So we formed our own breakdancing, b-boying team. And then we were the first Joburg breakdance crew to compete at Indaba, a competition in Cape Town. So we had some disadvantages because the Cape Townians were very, very good with breakdancing. So we went there, we competed, and then fortunately we got an award for improved b-boys from Joburg. We were the first in Joburg to kill it. Okay, just to fast forward that, afterwards I got an opportunity to fly to Denmark, and then I got nominated to represent South Africa in Denmark, and then I killed it, and then I shot a DVD in Denmark. And then that was my journey. I came back. When I got back, a lot of artists, they were booming in terms of Chiscope was the ish. You know, they released their own single, of which it was called Claymar. So Claymar hit South Africa by storm, and then those were like the times whereby music, it was difficult to get into the music industry. And then my journey from that time, I wanted to be an artist, a musician. And then I linked up with the guy I called Fizzy and Dizzy from Gold Dust. Gold Dust is at Corner Nugget in Hout. And then that's when I signed my first record deal. But I was with these other two guys, friends of mine. We formed a group called Check Beat. And then after that, we pushed. I went to Gem Early. I became #1 there. I won my chocolates, you know, the prizes and all of that. And then there was a guy called Oscar Mlangeni. So I spoke to Oscar Mlangeni, and Oscar Mlangeni told me that, you know what, you need to do your solo project. So there were a lot of artists like around Soweto, especially Zola, at Zola. After that, there was, I don't know if I'm putting it directly or correctly, There was Zola 7, there was Mshoza, there was Mzambia, there was Bravo, there was GP Gangster, there was Mapaputi, there was Breaks, there was a lot of artists that came through. Okay, and I got an opportunity to be featured on one of the late legend Mapaputi on his album called Last Man Standing. Okay, there what I did, I wrote a lot of songs, but I was featured on 2 songs, of which those 2 songs, they went viral on high rotation, whereby every radio station, those songs were on demand. We shot the music videos for both songs, and then I did the killer verse, whereby I was like doing my thing. The name of the song, it was Manga Business. The name of the song came about whereby Mapaputi, they were writing a lot of stuff about him. You know, the media, you know, the journalists and stuff like that. And then I thought that, no, why don't we write something? Because they think they know where you are and they don't know where you're at. That's why ingoma yakhona beyithi bathini labo paizane bapaizela kim labo panchane. Basically it means ukuthi you think you know where I'm at, but you don't know where I'm at. Boom. I got an opportunity to record with him with D-Rex, and then I killed the verse. That's where I got my landmark. Usanza lo, uyangilinga lo. Okay, to fast forward that, and then I met up with DJ Spoo from TS Records and TK. So I met up with them. Apparently, what happened? That's when a lot of record labels wanted to sign me. So a lot of the guys that I was recording with them, they thought that maybe I'm part and parcel of their production. Because I remember one time Mapaputi had his production. It was called Izinja Production. And TK approached me, and TK said to me, hey, Sanza, sifuna sign and one. And I was like, no, Minam came. And at TS Record by that time, they signed a Brown Dash already, and there were a couple of artists in Yoga. I was on demand. Fast forward, I got another opportunity to go to Amsterdam. I flew to Amsterdam. I was touring the schools at Amsterdam. I was touring Rotterdam. I was touring Copenhagen. So I was teaching kids dancing. So I stayed there for 6 months, and then I came back. Hey, people like the artists at this side, they were killing it, you understand? So I wanted to record my own album as a soloist, and I was on demand. I remember one time I had a meeting with Vusleu. He's still my mentor. I'm working with him currently. And then Vusleu approached me, and he was like, okay, Sanza, I want to sign you. I want you to release your project. But you know, I was up and down, man. I was going overseas, coming back, going overseas, coming back, going overseas, coming back. So I couldn't get that opportunity to record my album. And then TK came back to me. We had a meeting at Melville, and he was like, hey Baba, I want to sign you, but I'm afraid because now so-and-so is saying he already signed you. So-and-so, you know, now everyone claimed that they signed me. So I think that closed doors for me in terms of, okay, they wanted to sign me, but now they were afraid, okay, I'm being signed by so-and-so and so-and-so. But then, fortunately enough, I got a deal at Universal. Big shout out to Ekhurmane Ulindelane Mkhize, gave me an opportunity, and then I signed a record deal, an artist deal, and then I was working with the late Wexy, and then I did an album, a full album. But by that time, music industry in terms of kwaito genre, it was sinking, because now there was Durban kwaito and our kwaito, the Soweto kwaito, Johannesburg kwaito. It was sinking because now the speed, the tempo they were using, it was kind of different. So I had a record deal, but now the music could not sell because of what? The music evolves. The people that got the light at that time, there were people at those were the people in Durban. Okay, I pushed, and then I decided, no man, let me just relax. Let me just wait for this Mlilonyana, wase Pignaz, about the singer to fade, you understand? I'm not saying I was wishing for it to fade in a bad way, but I was waiting for the right moment and the right time for me to drop my single. So I got a lot of features. You know, I worked with Shoza Poza. I was writing songs for her. I worked with Lebo Matosa, but it wasn't that long with Lebo Matosa because we had a small journey with her. And then I worked with Jira, I worked with Goofy, we did a song. I worked with DJ Pepsi, I worked with Makesh, Tukulo, we did a song together. Oh, there's a lot, the list is endless. So the advantages of the music business is that I got that light that time, but I wasn't aware that I was supposed to get the knowledge in terms of the music business side of things. So I was writing these songs for these people, huge artists, you understand, but with no information that, okay, if I wrote a song for you, this is how I'm gonna get my royalties. And I wrote a lot of hits, you understand. So it happened that time now, I got introduced to some lady, Fucha. She gave me some advices and stuff. Liane, she told me that, no, Sandile, man, you need to understand your business. You need to know that there's Sampra, there's Sambro, there's Capasso, there's Share Music, there's what, you name them. You understand? So I started to learn and study the music industry. You understand? A lot of opportunities were coming by my side. The acting part, people approaching me about presenting and all of that. But my main vision and aim and goal was to make sure that I understand the entertainment business before even getting deep into it. Can you imagine you writing a lot of songs for people and yet you're not getting any cent? You understand? So I started realizing after some time, and I wrote for big artists, and the songs are huge even today. But uNkulunkulu muhle njalo, you know, I started music business. Now I understand everything, and then I can reclaim my stuff. And I remember there was a sad time whereby we started losing our artists, our major artists around Soweto, Zola. We started losing Abu SB Bless from Chisco, may his soul rest in peace, and we lost Brown Dash. We lost Lollipop as well from the same group. We lost your Mapapuzi, we lost your Mandoza, because Mandoza took South Africa by storm because he released a major big song in Kalagata, which took over, you understand. And that song made people to come together, especially different races like whites, your Indians, your colored, your pink, your black, your purple, your whatsoever, you understand. So I always believe that everything that we do, it goes with time. You know, my low moment is when I could see the song that I wrote. They were all over South Africa. The songs were hits, you understand. But there was nothing coming on my side, like there was no income, you understand. I could say or claim and say and tell the people that, okay, as in Mina, I wrote this song, but there were no proof because I did not understand the music business side of things. Just kwaito artist, you understand. They know I wrote a lot of songs. I wrote a lot of hits. I'm not gonna mention names, but there's nothing bad anyway. It was my journey for me to understand the music business side of things. What happened with some of the songs, they did appreciate it in terms of giving me something, you understand. But that something was not enough. It was nothing compared to the songs, how much they made, you understand. Because the song that gave me an exposure, especially in South Africa or the whole wide world, if there are people that knows me, that side abroad, you understand. Manga business from Mapapuzi paid me a lot of money. Was a Friday, paid me. Mapapuzi gave me a biggest opportunity to express and expose myself, and in business, you understand. Because back then I didn't even had publishing, you understand. Now, by that time I had my publishing, I had my ducks on the road. I have my everything intact. So I wrote a lot of songs, and then when I saw that this thing can pay me a lot of money, that's when I started to have that low moment of asking myself, oh my God, I wasted a lot of energy and talent by giving it away for free, you understand? So that was a learning curve, and then I pushed. I worked with the likes of Brix Maprigado. He's a close friend of mine. He's my best friend in terms of music. We've been together and stuff like that. We worked, we pushed. He got an opportunity, he killed it with DJ Cleo, of which it was a journey and an awesome stuff one. Still he is, I believe that when he comes back, he's gonna produce a good music, you understand? So I went back to studio, I pushed my own company. Now I got my own company, of which is Breadwinner Inc., whereby I'll be releasing my own album, my EP. I'm busy with that. I'm busy at the studio. I'll be dropping my first single. So there are people that are behind me that are assisting me with everything, like your Vusleu has been my mentor. Cleo has been someone who's giving me advices at the current stages. I'm busy with my clothing line. I'm pushing my foundation, whereby I assist little kids with stationery, with your uniform, with some programs. So all I'm trying to say to the mass and the youth out there is that guys, whatever you do in terms of the entertainment business, you need to study the music. First thing first, focus on your books. School is very important. Make sure that you get all the knowledge around in terms of whatever craft that you are in or whatever talent. Remember, talent is not enough without proper knowledge. So the youth out there, you have to push everything in your powers to understand the business of everything that you want to do. A typical example, look at now, we are dancing through Amapianos, and look at those artists. Those are young kids. Those are our superstars, our new stars, you understand? But the problem is that they don't understand the business side of things. Can you imagine you get famous but you don't have any money, you don't have a house, but you shot a music video with a big fancy, a nice house or big house or stuff like that. So I will give the youth out there an advice that entertainment business is not just for fun. It's a business. It's not something that you do for fun. So let's focus on our books and push. I'll be dropping my EP next month. Watch the space. First single should be dropping. Salute. Usanza lo, uyangilinga lo.